Hey guys, welcome back to Fun Fiero. I'm Andy.
I'm Liz.
Guys, we're here to share our fun, love, and passion for all things Disney with you guys. So thanks for hanging out with us today. If you're brand new to our channel, please consider subscribing.
And if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps.
Yeah. So guys, today, this whole video is, do we still feel safe at Walt Disney World even though the capacity is increasing and also the park hours have been extended?
And just kind of a sidebar, Florida is also lightening their restrictions on the number of capacity that restaurants can seat. The fact that they're reopening bars. Now, Disney, being Disney, has their own level of standards that are above what seem to be the standards of the state of Florida. Not knocking the state of Florida standards in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all.
But there is a difference in those two standards. But
Disney
are seeing more people coming back to the parks.
Oh, for sure. But here's the thing: Disney had their whole phased reopening approach. They're not just doing it for Walt Disney World. They're doing this phased reopening worldwide.
So
okay,
it's got to work worldwide with all kinds of different things.
Yeah, they're implementing a plan that is literally set to go that everybody can model after it. So
yeah,
I don't see Disney just throwing care to the wind.
No.
Okay,
but at the time of this filming, Disney has announced its extended hours on September the 25th, October the 3rd, and October the 10th. If we look in our Disney Experience app, which we have reservations on October the 11th, our Epcot reservations have gone from 11 to 7 to 11 to 9. So we're hoping, because that would mean they're increasing those park hours to accommodate more crowd levels, and they're just feeling safer in their safety precautions. But I have total faith that Disney's going to keep us safe. And there are a couple of different reasons that I feel that way.
Well, there are several different reasons why we feel just as safe now as 2 weeks ago, a month ago, a year ago, maybe even safer at Disney than ever before.
And the first thing is that there's socially distancing on buses, monorails, the Magical Express, ferry boats. It's very well marked. They either have dividers when you can't physically distance. They have zones on buses. They've shut down the restrooms on the Magical Express. They have seating charts. You're going to seating assignment. You're going to be loaded from the back to front. Disney's trying to do everything they can to make sure they minimize contact.
Right, and at the time of this video, even though Florida has announced that you can, basically 100% capacity at bars and restaurants, Disney still has reduced capacity and seating in their restaurants.
Which is the second point, is that they do have that decreased seating. So they are still encouraging outside seating. They're also encouraging that extended mobile ordering system, which is allowing you to not have to stand in line to get in line. You can go ahead and put your order in and even hours earlier. Now, I'm not sure how that works with a gluten allergy, but we're going to find out and let you know.
Well, and here's the other thing. So this is something that Disney does that they require that not everybody requires. And that is that you have a mask that is at least of two layers. So no handkerchiefs, no neck gaiters or anything like that. So 2 layers, and it has to cover above your nose and below your chin.
Which is way better than my local supermarket or my big box retail store, where more and more as the pandemic progresses, I'm seeing more and more people who, sometimes their mask is just over their chin. Yeah. Because you have to wear one, but it doesn't say where you have to wear it.
Correct. So that's something that Disney does, and then on top of that, they enforce it.
Yes, they do. Nicely.
No, yeah,
but that's definitely that customer service where they used to try to make your vacation awesome. They're also trying to make your vacation the safest possible, and I appreciate that. Let's all be safe together.
Yes.
Now, the other thing we like, sanitizing and disinfecting those rides every 2 hours. Now, make sure when you go to get on the ride that you kind of know if they're going to tell you it's going to be sanitized about how long it takes to sanitize it. But every 2 hours, they're sanitizing everything. If you're not comfortable with that 2 hour mark, that's where your disinfectant wipes are really going to come in handy for you. Whip one out, do your common surfaces, do your hands, and then bam, you're good to go.
Yep. And the other nice thing is kind of an added measure of safety that Disney is doing is that they are doing temperature checks.
Yes.
Before you can get into the parks. It's done, right around that security check-in area. But the other thing is that, guys, you have to do temperature checks just to get into Disney Springs. Yes. You have to do temperature checks to get into the resorts.
Have to do temperature checks as well.
Yeah, so like
it's not just the guests, it's everybody has to.
Everybody across the board. And even like if you want to go to a dinner at a resort, you have a reservation there, you're getting a temperature check. So just expect
above 100.4.
Right, correct. So there you go.
Yep. And now, obviously, we've already touched on it. The parks are not operating at full capacity. We don't know the percentage-wise what capacity they are operating at. All we can do is look and see the wait times gradually increasing.
Yeah.
So it's like either the capacity is increased or the people coming back to the number of people coming back to the parks is increased. So we watch. The
capacity requirements have increased. I mean, that's definitely something that's happening. That means things are getting back to kind of normal, right?
It also means that they're feeling confident in their safety plans. That's what it says to me.
Right. And it also means that people are starting to feel more confident as far as going back.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. We don't know, nobody has ever known what Disney's capacity is actually set at.
No.
So this could also be a factor of people feeling more confident going to the parks because of the safety measures that are in place by Disney, instead of Disney just simply increasing them. They could have already been a little bit higher, but more and more people are feeling more comfortable to go.
Yeah. And it does. Another thing is it's been very, very publicly made known that there are this social distancing when you get into the queues for the rides, that whole landscape looks different. They are really trying everything they can do to keep everybody safe.
Yep.
And just to make that conscious effort, I think, by the Disney employees to make sure that, hey, please, your mask has to be on. If you want to eat or drink, pull over to the side, eat and drink, and then you can get back into the flow of traffic. But if you're walking around that park and you're not at a relaxation station, or you're not eating or drinking water off to the side, your mask is on.
Yep. And guys, and that's, and these are, again, enforced by cast members who are making a conscious effort to not only keep themselves safe and their
family safe,
but to keep you safe.
You and your family safe too.
The other thing, through those social distancing and the queues, the other nice thing is that on a lot of the switchbacks, if there's a switchback that comes back, there's actually dividers or plexiglass dividers that, that
keeping you kind of safe.
Yeah, another level of protection.
Yeah, and then another thing that we have heard, is those loudspeaker announcements.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wash your hands, cover your cough, cover your sneezes. Don't be walking around if you have a fever or chills or any symptoms of COVID. And it never hurts. Just some gentle reminders of enjoy the magic, but enjoy it safely.
Yeah. Don't get too carried away.
And
then also, guys, here's another thing, is that they have plenty of ways to, number one, sanitize your hands with automatic sanitizer. You don't even have to pump anything. You just stick your hand under it. It pumps it out for you. And then they have plenty of restrooms. Disney has some really beautiful restrooms. Go check them out. While you're in there, wash your hands. And then they also have actual hand washing stations
throughout the park
set up as well, and through Disney Springs.
And we also encourage you to take your own hand sanitizer.
Of course.
Because, hey, that way you always have it on you.
Yeah. Guys, that is our thoughts. That is what Disney is doing currently, at least at the filming of this video.
And in no way, shape, or form are we saying that your comfort level is our comfort level.
No.
Everybody has to reach their own level of comfort.
Right.
So it is definitely how you feel and how your family feels and how you guys have sat down and had that discussion and just to see what your risk factors are, because obviously we don't know your risk factors.
We don't. But as of just the list that we went through here, guys, we feel safe with going to Disney. Especially even with the increased capacity, or at least the increased crowd levels.
Sure hope.
And the extended times.
Too high. Come on.
Well, the thing is that with those lines that are being longer, I mean, you kind of need to go up at least an hour or two on some of these parks just so people can do everything, right?
Yeah, so let's hope. Let's hope we see more extended hours. I'm really super excited. And I hope that October 11th in my Disney experience, where it's showing 11 to 9 for Epcot instead of 11 to 7, is true.
I just can't wait to get back to
so much nicer to be able to spend more time at Epcot.
Yep. So, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today.
And if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
It really does help.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
And until next time, get out there, have some fun, and we'll see you on the flip side.